अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम, अम्मा बाद, फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम, बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। So we have started this series in which we are trying to work on our paradigms, and we want to set certain standard principles, like principle-based life, so that whatever decisions we take in our life, they are based on sound foundation. And last week we talked about a reality check related to education. Today I'm going to touch on a very, very touchy subject, and that is reality check on friends. Why I call it touchy is because of how we see our friends, and sometimes we feel that other people don't understand how well connected we are to our friends and what kind of strong support our friends are in our life. So today we are going to inshallah understand all things, but I would still want to remind you about thinking of your paradigms, your feeling, your thoughts and your behaviors related to friends if there is a mess in your life. I want you to be very, very on alert this way. And yes, always decide things based on sound principles. It is very, very important. And again, we need to learn to move from theory to practical and to be self-motivated in understanding many of the concepts which are around us. Today, we are talking about my decision about friends. And remember, this is not just one-time decision. It is a series of decisions which you will be taking again and again. And as I said last time, these decisions are going to have multiple impacts in years to come. So it's not like you just let it go, you turn a blind eye to it, you don't even think about it. You have to be very, very vigilant about it. When it comes to friends, as I said, it's a very touchy topic. I've seen that the moment some mentors, some teachers, some parents, they talk about our friends, or they want to bring in friends in the conversation, this is the kind of attitude we have. Back off, mom. हो सकता है किसी को लग रहा हो कि why am I even attending this session today? I don't want to hear anything against my friends. And you might be thinking of all the good things which you see in your friends. So what I'm trying to do is not turn you against your friends, not pick on your friends, not want you to pick on your friends, but try to have a reality check in your life related to friends. I want you to give me some ideas. Why do you think your parents sometimes are against your friends? Okay, they want the best for you. Bad influence. Friends are bad influence sometimes. They don't wear scarf. They are so modern. Okay, bad language. They pressure us into things we aren't comfortable with. Social media. Okay, different cultures. Okay, different thoughts. So that's true. But many times when our parents come up with these reasons, do we say, oh mom, I love you. You're so true. That's what I actually face in life. We get angry at them. We become very protective towards our friends. And many times we give out remarks like, why don't you trust me? For example, if your mom says to you, I'm just using the word mom because usually we interact with moms in these topics. Usually fathers, they give this responsibility onto the shoulders of the mom. Tum jaakar isko manage karo. Okay, why are they intervening in our life? Ye to hum dekhenge inshallah. But right now, when they say, for example, if your mom says, ke, beta, they might be hanging out with the guys. What do we usually say? So, I have actually seen girls who say, no, my friend is not like that. But in reality, what are they doing? Aren't they all involved in, so many activities? As I said earlier, I'm not blaming your friends. But there are a lot of times when they are in a mess and we also directly or indirectly get in some mess with them. Now we are not able to take any help from anyone. Parents वैसे ही होते हैं, कभी भी friends को पसंद नहीं करते. And if I go and tell my parents that because of my friend, I got into this mess. Next time they will never let me be with my friends. So let me try to solve this problem myself. But the reality is, we are not able to do that. We are not able to solve that problem. Another reality is, it is definitely hard for us to actually go to our parents and talk to them all the time about our friends, telling them, wo ye karti hai, wo ye nahi karti. I can't go back home and tell my mom, because the moment I tell her, she wouldn't let me meet her. Whom would I hang out with? If I don't ask my mom, and this friend of mine, she keeps pushing it on to me, what will happen to my religion, my thought process? But there are scary times when we do need someone to guide us what to do. Today and inshallah tomorrow, I want you to have a strength, inner strength inside you, where you can take a stand for yourself. You can make out where things are going wrong, where I need to bring in my parents or my mentor or my teacher, and where I can at least take a good decision. I can have a reality check. Chale, let's have this 10 question checkup on friends. From 1 to 5, okay? Ready? I have at least one or more true friends. You can score yourself. Number 2, I make an effort to get to know new people and make new friends. The friends I hang out with are a positive influence on me. I'm inclusive of others and don't belong to an exclusive gang. I don't judge other people before I get to know them. I'm loyal to my friends and don't talk behind their back. I'm quick to forgive my friends when they make mistakes. I'm a good listener and don't dominate discussions. I'm kind to everyone, not just people I like. I am able to resist peer pressure and be my own person. Okay, score yourself. So if you have a high score, you're on a high road. You have good friends, because there are sometimes girls who are struggling with friendships. If you are in between 30 to 39, you are straddling the high and low roads. And if you have a low score, 29 and below, you are on the low road and you need to pay special attention to this session. So friends, they are like the most important ingredient in the recipe of life. Even if you look at the life of the Prophet ﷺ, he would be with companions and they would be hanging around together. But the kind of activities they would be engaged in, a beautiful blend. So let's try to learn, who will you choose as a friend? What kind of friend will you be? We have to look at it two ways. What kind of impact I am creating on my friends, and what kind of friends I would choose for myself. Write it down. 3 best traits of the 5 close people you hang out with. And what's common? The common traits among those 5 people. You would have them in you. And you can keep doing these activities. So if they strive to be better, you would also strive to be better. You would be directly or indirectly making that effort. It is inbuilt in us that we just copy people around us. With friends, they can build you up or they can add to the peer pressure. It's a simple formula. So today what we're going to do is talk about how you can build up on your friends. And inshallah tomorrow we'll talk about how to manage that peer pressure. So friends become our chosen family. That's what we love about them. That's why we like to hang out with them. Now, what we have to understand is, what is my center? Friend is important for me, but if my whole life revolves around a friend in comparison to family, money, possession, work, pleasure, popularity, hobbies, religion, self, everything, if all the decisions I take in my life are based on what my friends are doing or what my friends will say or how my friends will accept it or would I fit in with my friends with this kind of attitude, or whatever the backing I'm getting from my family, then you are going to be in a mess. Your family will not be happy, your money matters will be in mess, you wouldn't be sure about your possessions, your work will suffer, you will not have pleasure all the time, and you will in fact think, this is going to be a perception you will carry for yourself, thinking that when I'm with my friends I'm happy, when I'm not with my friends I'm not happy, or my friends are the only one who are giving me happiness. Whereas the fact is, if your friends give you actual happiness, you will be happy even when they are not around. You will miss them, like these days we are not able to meet our friends. So I also miss my friends and their company, but I'm still a very positive and happy person if my friends are not the center of my life. You want to be popular among your friends, then again, you will make very wrong decisions. Again, if you pick up the same hobbies as your friends because they're influencing you, or the ideologies that you carry about your religion, the aqidah that you study about your religion, you carry it, that is based on your friends, then the religion is going to be pushed aside. That won't be your priority. Your priority would be what your friends are doing. Again, even your own self, it is going to suffer because you wouldn't be giving yourself, your own self, true regard as you should. Rather than that, you would be like, again, as I said, more centered towards like friends. हर चीज में आपको लगेगा बस मेरी अगर friends खुश हैं तो सब कुछ ठीक है. अगर मेरी friends खुश नहीं हैं तो things are not fine with me. How many of you feel that in your life your friends have priority like this? Some of you were saying that not me, alhamdulillah, but then you also have to see how your parents see it, what your parents allow you to do. Then again, are you very focused on your practices, your own practices, maintaining your own identity? Yes, you would always get dragged away. So what should be in our center? Friends as center of life is not a good idea. Okay, remember that. They can't be a center of life. Because friends are imperfect, they're unstable, and they're as human as we are. And they are same age as us. So they have similar kind of wisdom that we have. They move, they change, and sometimes they turn on you. That is something very logical that would happen. And your emotional life will hinge on how many friends you have or how they are treated you lately. So you will be emotionally affected by whatever they say. So this is like very, very important. हमारे जो mentors होते हैं जो हमें ज़्यादा sound advice दे सकते हैं, they are usually senior than us because then they have more experience than us. That is why it is important that you can't have friends as the center of your life. Yes, that's alhamdulillah good, if you have drawn a line or a boundary, but still remember that whatever your friends do, whatever paradigms they carry, they will have an impact on you. ये हो नहीं सकता. For example, if all your friends are into listening music and you tell yourself music is haram, I'm not going to listen to it, ultimately it doesn't affect you. आपको बात बात पे रोना आएगा कि मैं ये नहीं कर सकती और मैं ये नहीं कर सकती. My friend and I realized we basically have nothing in common. So we started high-fiving every time we find something different about each other again. Okay, that's great. So let us see what we need to have in the center. We need to have principles in the center. We keep principles in the center. Why? Because they're time-tested laws and they never go away. Like honesty, like respect, like responsibility. Like if you are, for example, hanging out with your friend and your friend wanted to invite you to her place, you come to her next day and tell her, my parents did not give me permission. If you have a principle in the center, your friend will never have courage to tell you, तुम्हारे parents कैसे अजीब हैं. What kind of parents do you have that they are not letting you go? She will respect your decision. She will say, it's okay, we can have middle ground. We can do something that is either approved by your parents or it's okay if you don't come. हम एक दूसरे को स्कूल में और कहीं ना कहीं मिल लेते हैं, हम फेस टाइम कर लेते हैं, हम जूम कर लेते हैं, हम और सोशल मीडिया पे अपनी बात कर लेते हैं. इसी तरह से honesty. Let's say if you have a principle, honesty, and your friend says, listen, if my mom calls you, tell her I'm with you, but you know she's not actually with you. So your friend should never have this courage to ask you to lie on her behalf. It could be either if she's seeing a guy, or she's into some messed up activity. She could be on drugs. She could be wearing hijab at home, coming out without hijab and telling you, okay, don't let my family find out that when I go out, I don't cover myself properly. You know, इसी तरह से responsibility. You know, the principle is responsibility. So if your friends want you to do something, whereas you have some responsibility to take care of, it could be at home, it could be related to your education, it could be related to your salah, praying, or you're keeping a fast. So you always say, I'm so sorry, right now this is not doable. I can do it later on, but right now I can't do it. Or this is not how we do it. Like, I'm still your good friend, but I wouldn't be doing this. And remember, principles never fail. We should never be afraid of saying things like that based on principles to our friends. Because let's say if some of the girl says, oh, you're so boring, I don't want to hang out with you. So you need to thank that, she just vanished from your life. Rather than, sulking over it, कि क्या problem है, एक तो हमें religion को इतना follow करना पड़ता है, मेरी family इतनी conservative सी है, इस वजह से मेरी life में ये सारे challenges आ रहे हैं. आपको अल्लाह का शुक्र करना चाहिए कि, I will only hang out with those people who have similar principles than me. We are good friends, but we will not be cheating on each other. If there are principles over there, they will never gossip about you. I mean, you wouldn't find out from another friend कि फलां ने तुम्हारे बारे में ये मुझे कहा है, and then you get upset कि seriously she had been talking against me or behind my back. They don't give up or move on. With principles, all will fall in place and you will make more friends. हमें डर लगता है when you are especially young. So हमें लगता है कि अगर मैं अपनी friends को center नहीं बनाऊंगी तो people are going to leave me and I won't have friends around me. No, these are only bunch of people who are hanging out for their own benefit around you. But if you want true friends, they will always be hanging out with you जब आपकी life में principles होंगे. Like, what kind of friends would I like for myself? Don't gossip. Don't cheat. Don't turn me against my family. I wouldn't want to hang out with people who are talking against my family, cheating on me. अगर वो मेरे साथ किसी के बारे में gossip करती है तो वो मेरी भी gossip किसी के साथ कर सकती है. How can I be sure कि अगर उसका principle एक जगह नहीं है तो और जगह पे भी होगा? Have to be with you throughout your hard time, because your security won't come from outside within you and you will be a very steady person. So one thing that you have to practice is, जब भी कोई situation आपकी life में होती है, you have to see where are my principles. Am I basing my decision on the principle, or just because it is for my friend and I want to do it no matter what? So life was meant for good friends and great adventure. And how would we do that? Why we make wrong choices, this is what we have to understand. We make wrong choices because it's all about being popular. We do crave to be with the people. Let's say if you're studying somewhere, like sometimes mothers, they bring in their young daughters to me and say, my daughter is so miserable because she doesn't have a friend. Why? Because वही बात कि ये नमाज पढ़ती है या ये हिजाब पहनती है या ये बेचारी बहुत शरीफ है, she doesn't lie, she doesn't cheat, she doesn't make fun of anyone. तो फिर वो जो regular crowd है, they don't like to hang out with her. When I've looked at the Muslim communities or Pakistani communities abroad, I have seen a lot of misery in those kids, Muslim kids, when they're studying in their public schools or universities and colleges, because उनको बहुत exclude किया जाता है because of their language, their skin color, their hijab, इस किस्म की जो भी उनकी ideologies होती हैं. It is very miserable that you are there and nobody is actually talking to you, and not just talking to you, they are mocking you, they are making fun of you. इस चीज से हमने अपने आप को बहुत बचाना है. कैसे? We have to understand there is a good and bad side to popularity. What if you are a good person but you aren't popular? Good people don't become popular. Is it a statement or is it an observation? Well, my observation is that good people ultimately are popular because everyone likes to hang out or lean on people who are good. Now, it's based on the external stuff, but the world says it makes a great person. So primary greatness is your own character, what you really are, and that is important. I was reading this concept somewhere and I wanted to share with you. There are 3 types of bees in a hive. There is a queen bee. The role of queen bee is protects the clan at all cost and will boot out anyone who tries to threaten. This is someone who has her own ideology, knows what to hang out with, and she's a queen because of that. Okay, then we have drone bees. Will do whatever it takes to get in good books of queen bee, caught up in the lure of popularity and staying there. क्वीन बी के इर्द गिर्द घूमते रहते हैं. सो क्वीन बी क्या है? या तो क्वीन बी वो होगी हैज हर ओन वे, या क्वीन बी वो होगी जो बुली बनती है, जो लोगों को अफेक्ट करते हैं. और ड्रोन्स कौन से होते हैं? जो किसी को भी बुली करने देते हैं, जो इसीलिए हैंग आउट करते हैं किसी के साथ कि वो भी पॉपुलर हो जाएं. एंड देन वी हैव वर्कर बीज, may not be known to be more very popular, but they are definitely not losers. So kids who are comfortable in their own skin, not mean like their parents, they are smart and they think that popularity is overrated. सबसे ज्यादा जो काम करते हैं बी हाइव में कौन है? वर्कर बीज हैं. यहाँ पे हमें इस एग्जाम्पल से पता चलता है इफ यू आर नॉट पॉपुलर, इट डजंट मेक एनी डिफरेंस इफ यू आर डूइंग योर जॉब राइट. It gives you so much inner satisfaction. You have to be rich and full inside you. So how popularity craving affects us? If we want to have this popularity craving, we want to fit in. We want to wear certain clothes. We have certain attitude. We want to go to certain parties. We want to do haram social activities. I remember some time back, there was a group of girls we were teaching, and there's a friend of mine who was visiting, and I told her, how about you talk to them about peer pressure? She went to the class and she talked to the class, and most of the girls said, we don't have any peer pressure. And when she talked about all these things, you know, when you want to dress up in a certain way, when you want to talk like this, you have a certain attitude, you want to hang out in a party, they said, we're not doing it because our friends are doing it, we just want to do it because we are young and we want to enjoy life. Now that's the reality check we need to have. We want to fit in. We want to fit in. That is why hijab is a problem. आपने जब कुरान पढ़ लिया और कुरान में अंडरस्टैंड कर लिया, this is a commandment coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is something which is compulsory for a Muslimah. और आप फिर नहीं कर रहे. क्यों नहीं कर रहे? Because of the kind of people you're hanging out with. You start hanging out with those people who cover properly, आप comfortable हो जाएंगे एकदम. आपको problem नहीं लगेगी. आपकी सारी आउटलुक चेंज हो जाएगी. You know, one look at friend, even with my own kids, when I look at their friends, I know exactly what kind of activities they are engaged in, even if my kids never share with me. When they're hanging out with the kids who listen to music, I know they will start listening to music. When they're hanging out with people who are watching some seasons, some movies, but they would be talking about those things. उनका focus ही है ना. So ये भी वही करना शुरू कर देंगे. When they are hanging out with friends who are going to the parties, अगर वो उनको नहीं भी कहती, let's say a girl says, you know, my parents do not allow me to go to a party, so I can't. But her friend is continuously going to the parties and sharing all the details with her. पता है कल हम पार्टी में गए थे, it was such a cool party, we did this and did that. तो क्या होगा? You would want to have that craving. Hey, लोगों को इतना मजा आता है. People have so much fun in their life, and look at my parents. They create misery for me. They never understand me. They don't even see my needs. And a lot of haram social activities, they come in our life because we want to be hanging out with our friends because they're doing whatever they're doing. We feel it's okay. When the girls, they say, okay, you know, what's wrong with talking to the guys? Because they're hanging out with the girls who are talking to the guys.